This is the If More Let's Divide podcast.
Charlie guys, what happened? Welcome to another episode of the If More Let's Divide podcast. And Charlie guys, we thank you for the shouts you've been giving us on socials. You know, we thank you for the follows, but Charlie, we didn't need more. We didn't need more follows.
More fire.
Yeah, we didn't need more subscribers on our
Charlie.
YouTube. We didn't need more followers, and we didn't need more sharing. You guys for share with your family, your friends, and whoever. Fred, Charlie, what happened?
Charlie, I bought plus my baba. You know, come early. So today I'm looking scruffy.
That same Baba disappointed me three weeks ago.
Oh, Charlie.
So I had to change him.
Michael, you know, try.
Yeah, Charlie. But Fred, Charlie, today on this episode,
Raga.
yeah, we get some dope human being. Someone I've been silently following for a while now. You know,
Okay.
I think I used his space once for a video shoot back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know his works. You know, quietly following him, and today we have him on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. People don't know this. He be serious beat maker. You know.
Yeah, my research. I for a second I thought I was following a musician.
Yeah, forget his main hustle, but people don't know that he's a serious beat maker. He scores. You know,
Troublemaker.
Child guys, without further ado, help us welcome not Pascal Aka, Pascal Aka.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Child. Child Pascal, what's up? What were your first thoughts when I invited you to the podcast?
Oh, because sometimes some people are old school. Sometimes I get some phone calls from some people and say, Pascal, please, I want to rent your studio. I'm like, bro, like we closed that place down. We sold it to a church like 6 years ago, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, Pascal, I want you to shoot a video. Yeah, I retired like 6 years ago, bro. Like, you know, every once in a while I get some of these phone calls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but you know, like if it's Mutombo's, like you never know.
Oh, Charlie. Yeah, with and I've been following you with the page with the podcast page for a while now, and I see your post. I've been following you on Twitter too, but you are not so active, you know, there. Or maybe I don't see your tweet.
So I mean, I did post somewhere and I forget to just spread the gospel.
Yeah.
Like I have a TikTok, but it's like, hey, Charlie, like it's like 12 posts late. Some 12 posts. Other posts I posted them.
Yeah.
But Instagram's the main one, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. And quite recently, you've been going hard on your Instagram. One of your recent posts, I'm like, hey, Shai, you were reiterating, like you were telling people to mention your name, especially your surname, really, really, really properly, because they have devised it. You know, they have a way that they say it, AKA.
They try to hip hopize it. And you're fair. Believe it or not, when I came to GH, 13 years ago, we'll talk about my background in a second. This big time producer who thinks he knows everything, right? I mean, he's great. He's great. But at the same time, like the ego there, the high small. He said, you know, Pascal, but you just change your name to AKA. Just instead of Pascal Aka, just call yourself AKA. Of course, I didn't listen to him. Imagine if I did. The South African rapper. Come on. The South African rapper. You know what I mean? You search for AKA, like you're not going to find me. You want to look for also known as this and this. You know what I mean? That's terrible branding. So no, Pascal Aka is who I am.
So is Aka your surname?
It's my real name. Aka is my real name. And of course, when people talk about that hostel in the University of Ghana, John Nelson Aka Hall, they pronounce it well. You know what I mean? That is my dad.
Oh.
Yeah, happy late Father's Day to everyone. Yeah. John Nelson Aka was my father, you know, and my name is Pascal Aka. The thing is, originally the name was ACKH, but in the 70s somewhere, my dad changed it to AKA for reasons that I still do not know.
I was actually going to ask because I know Aka as ACKA, Jewel Aka. You know.
And Akablé, all those things. So I don't know why he did it. I mean, if he was alive, I'll ask him. But it's like I like the spell on my name. It's cool.
Straight to the point. You know.
I'm suspecting it has something to do with origin. Probably he dug into your history and figured that
The actual
ACKAH is the white or the westernized spelling. Because ACKAH is not local dialect spelling. AKA sounds more like how we write and stuff. Are you in Zima?
Yeah, historically, yes.
Okay.
The thing is,
So that's what I'm suspecting.
so actually my name, Kaku, which is one of my name, Kaku Aka. If you go back in history, one of the chiefs that tried to fight against the colonizers and stuff. So I was like, okay. At first, I used to hate my Kaku middle name because I'm also Kweku. Kweku and Kaku. That's like a remix of the same name. So I was like, what the hell, bro? Like,
Kaku.
you could have added something extra, like a Mark or a Fred. Even I like Fred. You know what I mean? But two names almost the same, so I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
But later on, when I looked a bit at the history of my name, Kaku Aka, like one of the chiefs. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice one.
So your dad was a lecturer at Legon or?
Yeah, University of Ghana, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Long history, you know. He studied there, and he was even given a doctor's, if anything. Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, the honorary or
Exactly. That was in 98 or 99 or so. And stuff, yeah, and he was he was part of the committee of the hostels and stuff. A lot of things.
Yeah, Chai, dope. Never ever knew. I never ever linked you to that, hostel.
Yeah. So in general, former CEO of Ecobank. First was managing director around the mid 90s, and then you're CEO for a few years.
So you're bougie, like. You're bougie.
I mean,
receive it
for sure. Yes.
Yeah.
But me, I'm from the village.
Yeah.
I grew up in East Legon. That's my village.
Yeah. You see the flex. Charlie, thank you for coming on the podcast. And so with your surname, I was digging up a little bit, and I realized that you were not born in Ghana, you were born in Cote d'Ivoire. Like, how did you guys end up there? Like, did your father work there?
I am from there.
Oh, you are from there?
I am Ivorian. Yeah, I was born in Ivory Coast. My father's Ivorian. Some Ghanaian heritage as well.
Oh, okay.
My grandmother was like right on the border, like so even like his village is right on the border. At Racine. So like all my aunties and stuff, like from the Ivorian side, they speak Tree like.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm West African. I'm Ivorian. I'm Ghanaian. Je suis complètement bilingue. Je parle français. Je parle français. Yeah.
Enter.
So I came in when I was 5 years old. I came to GH when I was 5, and then I was in a French school for many years before I joined Dadaba International School. DIS.
Dadaba International School.
That's what I met.
Bougie.
Yeah.
Charlie, that means Pascal to go doing
As soon as I came to the school, I was in an orientation. Like Mrs. Tutu was the first one to actually hold my hand, like, welcome, all those. I would never forget.
She's very nice.
I would never forget.
She's a very nice human being. Yeah, shouts to Mrs. Tutu. Charlie. So Pascal, well, like I said, I've been following you for a long time, and from the little that I have deduced, you are a no bullshit kind of guy.
You can say bullshit on the show?
Oh, yeah.
You can swear. The guy.
You can swear.
Okay. Let me relax, bro.
You are a no bullshit kind of guy. You don't give a fuck about what you do, your work and all that. So you are always going hard. You don't hold back.
I should have paid attention to this podcast more. Let me bring the other guy.
Where did you hone that trait from?
Well, it starts from, okay, number one, let's go back to Canada.
Yeah.
That's where I started my career. So I started with independent action films, right? And there was this guy called Dennis Lafon. He was working at a bank, but he's a trained stuntman. Also a wushu practitioner, kung fu, and multiple different, So he was in charge of all of our action scenes. And that was a no bullshit guy.
Oh.
I'm talking about we're on set and everything. Okay, Pascal, in this shot, I'm going to punch you on the chest, okay? Get ready to react. Okay, 3, 2, 1, action. Boom!
They have to react.
I mean,
Charlie, Fred.
I couldn't breathe, bro.
Acting, that'd be crazy, yo.
And I said, guys, okay, it's a good shot. Everybody take a break. Are you guys tired? Take a break. You know what I mean? And then, like, if you're late for like 5 minutes, like the guy would just yell at everybody. Even though I was a director, I was the youngest on set. But that guy, like, he was my big brother for like 4 or 5 years, Okay. So he was the main bad guy in my first movie, and he was the lead actor in my second movie, but he was in charge of all the action. Right now, Dennis is doing fantastic. Like, if you look at Suicide Squad, he was a stand-double for Will Smith. You know, he's worked with Vin Diesel, Tony Jaa, to Donnie Yen.
Sick.
You know what I mean? So, choreographed Michelle Yeoh. There's long list. So, like, all the people that I started with, you know what I mean? Like, they're stuntmen, and they're doing well in Hollywood right now. Sometimes I watch action films, and I see them in the background, and all that stuff's pretty cool.
And you go like, oh, I know that guy.
I remember the first time I was watching the X-Men, The Last Stand.
Yeah.
And then I saw Dennis, I saw Alain. Like, I stood up and I clapped. People don't understand why.
Yeah.
They're getting their ass beat by mistakes. And I'm like, yo, these are my.
This is your guys.
Yo, like if you look at where we started, and then so it's pretty cool.
So would you have rather stayed in Canada?
People ask me that question quite a bit.
Yeah,
the answer is no. The answer is no.
You know
what I mean? Like, the answer is no, because like there's something that I cannot quantify. Because as soon as I came, right after Puppy died, as soon as I came, I was like, okay, let me just film GH with my new lenses, my new eyes. I did one music video. I did 2 music videos. I'm like, yo, this is beautiful. That's the idea of me seeing my home with new eyes, with new lenses. There's something very powerful about that. So when I started shooting music videos, it was like the Azonto craze and stuff.
Yeah.
GH was on the map. So that's how I got built up in my country. So it's like every single monopoly that you hear of, every single billionaire, or just people that like have a life that they cannot die. We're still talking about Nelson Mandela. We're still talking about, Alfred Hitchcock. They are the people that did things that nobody else was doing. They are people that started something that other people were not starting. So I can go back to Canada. I can go back to the States. I can go to the States, all over California, whatever, and just shoot movies there. But then who am I? I will be just another filmmaker over there. But if I'm in GH and I bring my resources, I bring my skills to GH, what I did with music videos, I'm proud of what me and my peers have done. And I think the industry has done well. And there's more to be done in the film industry. And like, for me to be part of that, Charlie, if I leave or not be part of this new renaissance of filmmaking in GH, I'll regret it for the rest of my life, no matter how much money I make.
Wow.
Period.
Wow. Frank.
Just, you're on the topic, so I'll take it from there. I think I have a few things that I might have to go back on. Saying that you want to be a part of this and potentially regretting it for the rest of your life because you won't be able to be a part of what's happening now. Do you ever reflect on, quote unquote, the limitation that the industry puts on performance because your peers across the world over, especially let's say Hollywood or whatever, they're doing things at the highest level, like in terms of professional ability? Does that ever like creep into your mind? Because you sound like somebody who wants to give their all and their best, a perfectionist. And the industry's limitations here, how does that make you, how do you still thrive knowing or feeling, or what are your thoughts on that dynamic?
A very, very good question. Looking at myself as an artist, right? No matter what art you do, this thing when like you do something, it's so great, but it's not perfect. Right? For me, the shortcomings excites me for what is to come next. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to talk too much about some of the hardships and some of the limitations that you can get by working in Hollywood, by working in the big industry over there. You know what I mean? I was in LA in a strip club.
Fred is your friend.
Yes, sir.
Don't ask me what I'm doing in a strip club. Okay, that was when I won one of my first award, right?
Yeah.
I went to a strip club, and then after Miracle did a dance and stuff like that, and I got a free dance, extra free dance. The manager, some Latino guy, bald-headed, real muscular. I was wearing a suit, but I can tell he was real muscular. He sat me down, he was smoking, he was like, yeah, I heard you're a director. I'm like, oh, cool. I look at his desk, I see some white powder. I'm like, okay, that's makeup for some of the girls, I think. And then I see lots of money and still like, okay, like he wants me to shoot some porn. Okay, no problem. Okay, let me finish the dance with Miracle. I'll go to the bathroom now.
Shouts to Miracle. And then you left?
Yeah. I see cocaine, I see gun, I see all that. I don't want to be around that stuff, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
And they wanted him to shoot porn.
Yeah, but porn is $1 billion industry.
Yes, it is, bro.
You know.
But Listen. I know some of us, not all of us are religious, but even if it's not religion, at the end of the finish line, right? I know for a fact, at the end of the finish line, even if I look at myself, I look at everything that I've done, the skills that I've done, the things that I wanted to do. And if I know that I had all these skills, what did I do with it? I shot some naked girls, even shooting music videos with girls shaking the buttocks. Nah, man, I'm way beyond that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, I like, money is good. Yes, we all day chase money, but that balance between making money and doing something that you're proud of and doing something that you remember of for the rest of your life, even beyond that, bro, I think that is where that is the ultimate goal. Because the chasing money part, I've done it.
Yeah.
Chasing money part, whether I like it or not, I've done it. And like, I prefer the part where like I do something that I love and make good money and I'm able to rest and no stress. I think by doing that, I'll live a lot longer, including beyond my death, period.
Wow. So, you know something? Wait. In season 4, we had Kafui Day. We had Kafui Day, and one question that I asked him was whether his job has influenced the way he speaks, right? As you are talking, I see someone who is trying to act, who is like, you know, with your expressions and all that. Do you think that what you do has actually influenced you now?
I'm a stammerer, okay?
Yeah.
I'm a stammerer. Yeah. Growing up, like, I didn't talk much. I didn't use this mouth at all. And up till now, I still see that I have issues with, you know, expressing why they go on my mouth, because like my mind, lots of stuff going on. So it's like when it's come out, it's like a big mess.
Wow.
So, but if you give me a script, I'm good, bro. Like I'm speaking well if you give me a script. But I have to, my mind goes all over the place. So I can be quite aggressive when I speak sometimes, especially something I'm passionate about, you know. Like I said, you know, me spending 5 years with this stunt guy that just like, I'm not gonna say traumatized my life, you know, but that instilled discipline towards me. So when I come to GH, like this like cultural shock, you know what I mean? Call time is 7 a.m. I show up. I call someone and say, oh, I'm about to leave. Like, what the heck? 7 a.m. is only supposed to be here. Now when, up till now, after 13 years, I still cannot tolerate people showing up late. You know what I mean? So it's not just like the way I speak, but just the way I treat time, the way I treat, you know, scheduling, the way I treat, you know, treating people according to contracts and all that stuff, even with your word. Like, it all comes from the way I was brought up. So even when I go to the cinema, 4 years of film studies, right? In university, I have a degree in film studies, and it's like, people say I talk my degree all the time, and so what?
It is yours, like you went to school for 4 years for it, so
so
talk your shit.
Yeah, thank you. Like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to remind people? I have to say it.
Yeah.
Okay. So my classes was in the cinema.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as we're there on time. We shut the fuck up when the movie's playing, and we watch the movie till the end of the credits. You understand? So when I'm in the cinema, I go to Silverberg, people are talking, yo. Someone has to hold me back, or else I'll just like, you know what I mean? When people are talking, every once in a while, if you hear someone say, shh, it's me. You know, because like I treat movies with respect. I treat the cinema with respect. Cinema is my religion, and the theater room is my church. And that's some things you don't do in church.
Yeah.
You understand? So when people are like, oh, the movie's playing at 7 o'clock, oh, let me come at 7:30. I'm like, yo, even those 30 minutes, even if you miss 5 minutes of the movie, do you know how many hours, days, months it took for those 5 minutes that you're going to miss?
Yeah.
So I have too much respect for cinema for me to tolerate that shit.
The scene where you're being asked to shoot porn.
Oh, well, still going back to LA?
I mean, that's who I am. My mind stays on some things. I was just, as a director, I'm just wondering what would stop me from walking onto the set and participating in the action?
Actually, they do. No, yeah. When a director finishes directing, like later on, like he takes the leftovers, yeah.
the omoshishi.
Charlie, I might switch careers then.
Yeah.
There's quite a few people that I know in the independent scene, and like they're not getting too many jobs in Hollywood, so they end up doing like some jobs in Hollywood. And like there's a huge percentage, like 70-something% of women that go to LA to look for a job in Hollywood, and they end up in porn. You know, they go to a party, you know, cocaine here, cocaine there, just chopping this guy, chopping
The
this guy.
cocaine they chop Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I'm not gonna say I don't miss it because it wasn't that close to me, but like I don't want to get any closer to that.
Yeah.
You know, so you can just smell and feel the spirits. Like, you know what? It's just different. I'm supposed to shoot here.
Yeah.
And I'm good.
When did you realize, or when did you decide to go to film school?
Well, I've been making movies since I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
In my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was going to use my education to pursue acting because I was doing acting on stage in school, winning best actor in my Daraba school, whatever. And then at 16, I told my dad I want to pursue acting. I was going to apply at AADA, American Academy of Dramatic Arts. Who went there? Danny DeVito went there, Michael Douglas went there, and stuff like that, and Peter Weller. Anyways, I was going to apply, and then he said, no, use my education to pursue directing, you know, and I ended up doing that because directing everything they inside.
Yeah.
As I'm directing, I'm still acting. I'm still doing music. I'm not rapping anymore, but I'm still doing music. I'm not going to freestyle on your show.
Yeah, I was going to
yeah, I'm still doing music for film.
Yeah.
And I'm still, you know, the editing parts, you know, like I used to do graphic design and web design. So the editing is kind of like part of it kind of thing. So I love all of this. I love technology and art and that mixture of it. That's exactly what film is. And the rest is history. I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
It's better than sex.
Yeah. there are people who say that you don't have to go to film school.
Sure.
Like, you know, especially if you are on the job, like there is no need to go to film school to, you know, do you agree?
Prince Dovlo is one of the best directors in GA.
Shout out to Prince.
Shout out to Prince. You know, he didn't go to film school. He went to working right next to me, you know, and went to he learned on the job, shooting like crazy, and then I taught him everything I know at the time, and then. You know what I mean? Right now, he's like legend. You know, he's like one of the top directors.
But I think you were the school.
Not just me. Like I taught him what I know. I nurtured him, but the talent is inside him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he went out there and did it. You know, all the challenges that he went through, and he just went out there and did it, and then all the knowledge came, the experience came. Voila. That's just one example. There's so many more.
Yeah, there's so many more. Yeah.
What do you guys think about? Because I was just discussing this with my business partner before I came on set.
Share the money song.
It was. I mean, I think it's a fine line between having talent and then the passion for something, and the academic aspect of, or the educational aspect of going to actually study something to appreciate it so you can perform as a professional. Because I'll just give you an example and then you tell me your thoughts. You know, sometimes people in this country, they say, oh, they wake up in the morning and say, I'm now an interior designer. That's actually like a professional role. Or they wake up and they shoot a couple of videos here and then they'll say, I'm a director. But how much of that allows the kind of incompetence I see, and you may not call it incompetence, but I think when it comes to being professional, being on time, knowing the language that a director will use to communicate with actors, and knowing the ethics of it, what your role is, what the entire vision is, all that goes into being a great director, because it's a role that's been studied over decades. If we are flippant about it, like you don't need to go to school, does that allow like the chaff to, and then lower the standard some way, somehow? Fortunately, there are people who are talented and passionate, like the guy you just spoke of, Dovlo, that would learn at somebody's feet, and that's also education.
Yes.
But in general, I'm saying that, you know, what do you guys think about just not people being qualified to do what they do and then calling themselves that?
See, Fred, like at the end of the day, everybody will be exposed. If you're not great at what you do, you will be exposed, whether on the business level or at the end of the day, the final product. You know what I mean? There are so many filmmakers that did not make a feature film before. They did one feature film. Konrad Jansan, for example, he did the Azali movie. That's his first feature film. He done series, he done some other stuff before. But that movie did extremely well at multiple festivals. It was Ghana's, It was Ghana's representative at the Oscars. It was officially sent.
Oh, wow.
And it's still on Netflix right now. So that's an example. But that's someone, I don't know his background, maybe that does banking or something. But whatever his education is, if you speak to the guy, he's a very He's a very strong professional, very professional guy, very well spoken. He won't come on your podcast and say fucking shit like I do. I'm the one with the degree. You know what I mean?
But we like the fucking shit and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
sure.
Personality.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, is the final result will still expose you.
Yeah.
Education comes from going to school, that's one, going on the field, learning under somebody, or just you having education elsewhere and you utilize whatever discipline you got from that and translate that into film, you know? And creativity comes with it. You guys want me to bring the other guy. What is film? Film is the study and a marriage of art and science. There's no way that you can excel at something like that without one or the other. Art was always there since the beginning of time. We were created as art, okay? Some people believe in God, some people believe in the universe, whatever it is. Like, it's art.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm art. I'm beautiful, bro. Like, something somebody created me, right? So art was always there. And somewhere around 100 years ago, the Lumiere brothers and Thomas Edison all contributed into the phonograph, which is the first ever camera, 100 years ago. And with that, we merge the arts aspect with the science. Therefore, film. Art is a study of beauty. And telling a story is a beautiful side of art, okay? So the narrative part of art, telling stories, and also from fashion to set design, interior design, visual arts, all those things put together, photography, all those things put together inside a film, inside a moving image. You know what I mean? So if you do not study the scientific part, you will not excel at it. There's no way around it. And if you're naturally gifted and talented at art or telling stories, but that's actually very good. So if you're very professional at the scientific part, but you're not good at the artistic part, it's not going to work. Because that's what film is the marriage of both. You understand? So people can be born with a certain gift, but there's no way you can excel without the discipline. There's no way. Because there's science involved with it, and there's art involved with it, there's spirit involved with it, and there's education involved with it, and discipline. And you can't go without one or the other, period. And that constant search, that constant merging of all those disciplines and put it all together into one beautiful sauce, you know what I mean? It's what keeps me alive, keeps me excited. And it's what keeps this thing constantly going over and over and over and over again for over 100 years. And right now we're still finding new ways to tell great stories in different ways here and there. Someone who did Terminator 2 ended up doing Titanic. Someone who did Titanic ended up finding a new technology called 3D to make Avatar. And all those movies were the top box office movies of all time at the time that they were made. That's James Cameron, who studied as an engineer. We didn't go to film school. He was studied as an engineer. He went to film school afterwards. You know what I mean? So that's someone who's so focused on the technology aspect. He excelled at it very, very, very much. And of course, the storytelling with the people that he's working with. And he's able to make box office success after success after success. So there's more than one way to reach success as a filmmaker. And I, who keep talking about his degree, I had to humble myself and accept that.
Talking about stories, telling stories, do you think we are telling the Ghana story enough in our films?
No. Before you even finish. My video went viral or something when I said that, Charlie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not telling the Ghanaian story, and that makes me frustrated and gets me excited at the same time. It gets me excited because, like, there's more work to be done, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to do it as well. You know what I mean? The last movie I did was Goldcoast Lounge. I've been talking about Goldcoast Lounge for like 4 years now. And it's like, I will never stop talking about it until the next movie. So I, was really encouraging us telling Ghanaian stories, like, and really expressing who we are. You know what I mean? So the fucking boys, like, what's the name of their...
Charles, Men's and One Love.
No, I'm talking about the movie.
Cause of Money.
Yeah, Cause of Money. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though that was shot guerrilla style kind of thing, you watch it and you 100% relate to it. And the Kumawood films, as much as I don't like the quality, I hate it, but those movies are more authentic than the glamour films. Because you have an uncle that speaks like that talks like that. You have an auntie that talks like that. You know what I mean? It feels more Ghanaian than those glamour films. And those glamour films, every once in a while, they keep popping up, and it's pissing me off because it's 2024. Like, let's move on from us trying to be fake Darabis. You can't be more Darabi than me. You know what I mean?
Chat this one before it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, stop trying to do burger. Some people are trying to do burger, like, and it comes off. It's not even burger that's coming out. It's burger, hamburger that's coming out, and it's whack, bro.
Yeah.
Give us banku, give us fufu, give us wache. Nobody can do that shit better than us. You understand?
Yeah.
So let's do that shit, package it for the rest of the world to see, because that's what. And Jollof. Let's not forget about Jollof.
Yeah,
Shout out Jollof.
Ghana Jollof. Shouts.
You know, that's what the world wants. Nobody can do that shit better than us. So
Yeah.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know, so like, and let's keep excelling and scaling at what we do best. Let's stop trying to do what the other people do. Because
Do you think that with the Kumawood movies that you mentioned, do you think that if they start using high-tech stuff, you know, the equipment, the sets and all that, do you think it will have that rawness?
Yes.
You know?
So again, I mentioned the scientific and the artistic part.
Yeah.
The scientific part, which is like, you know, of course, that you're talking about the equipment, cinematography, all that. It's really lacking in Kumawood films. So of course, fix that, because at this point, people get pissed off when I mention Nigeria. I don't give a fuck. Listen, like I said, when Ghana gained independence, every other country was looking at us like, yo, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do that? What about us?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if Nollywood is doing some shit right, it's like the first people that can emulate what they're doing, it's us. Who else? You understand? Charlie, if my brother gets some success, it's like, okay, God is in the neighborhood. Me too. Make I do some.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if you look at Funke Akindele's work, who is like the top box office success in Nollywood. Yeah. She does comedy, right? But they also don't fuck around with the cinematography. You know what I mean? The standard keeps rising up. It doesn't matter how funny it is. See, here's the thing about Ghana. Here's another reason why I stopped comedy. I used to do those comedy short films. I stopped that shit.
Yeah, true.
Because every people that do comedy in Ghana, they think they can get away by shooting shitty films. And shooting your film any shitty way as if it's a skit. This is a movie for cinema.
Yeah.
So give me a reason to go to the big screen to watch this shit, not on my little phone. You understand? So shoot it properly, present it properly. Give me a reason why I should spend 100 Ghana cedis to watch your 2-hour film. Yeah, ha funny, but I can still ha funny and laugh at watching skits. You understand? So even though you make a comedy film, it doesn't mean that you should joke with the actual making of the film. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, my other problem is that a lot of times people feel that, this is supposed to be my own content, and what am I giving to your podcast? Okay, a lot of times people feel that comedy is synonymous with illiteracy, comedy is synonymous with stupidity. Yeah. And I'm totally against that shit, you know what I mean? So at some point I felt like I understood for a fact, including, I said in an interview at one point, even some guy called me, an artist called me, say that, yo, that's a revelation for himself as well. I'll talk about that story for a second. Okay, remember, an artist called me, and then...
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that later on. What we do as filmmakers, whether we like it or not, we are advertising. I know we shoot music videos or film or movies. At the end of the day, they're still commercials for tourism, because I learned how to speak English predominantly by watching movies. Like I said, je suis francophone, je parle français, but later on, like I started watching movies, like, okay, I started learning how to speak English through movies. And of course, you knew about Big Ben, you knew about Twin Towers, all those things, Las Vegas, through movies.
Through movies, yeah.
You understand? So we are advertising who we are. So if we're doing comedy and we're showcasing how we're stupid dumbasses constantly, then I think we're doing a huge disservice about portraying who the Ghanaian is. You understand? So that's, to some extent, where the glamour films are doing things right a little bit, because they're showcasing Ghanaians and Africans as smart people, eloquent people, great. But at the same time, let's be eloquent and still add some tree in there and all that stuff. Like Ghanaian, African fabric here and there. There you go. You know, don't be ashamed to show that shit. So the balance is what I'm talking about. So Kumawood, make people laugh, talk your tree and all that stuff. But at the same time, present it very, very well, shoot it very well. You can joke with your narrative, the dialogue, but do not joke with the message in your film, and do not joke with the way you made your film, period.
Mutumo and I were discussing this, and I'm pretty sure he's going to ask you at some point, because there's something where you said, stop with that bro for Sam thing. And I want to ask another question to have Mutumo ask that particular question, but we're talking about quality, standard content, storytelling, and I'm trying to understand, how do you see, because you're in the field in every way possible, from a professional standpoint to being a Ghanaian yourself, knowing the terrain. Is it that, because for me personally, and I'll give you from my perspective, so maybe I'll help you answer my question better. I can't relate to the Kumawood stories because of the somebody to die, for somebody to inherit, somebody wants to juju somebody. It's always like some backbiting, low level, vibration mind. I'm like, okay, I don't want to kill anybody. I don't want to bury anybody. I don't want to. But you know what? Since I moved to Ghana too, I've experienced that with my family to a certain extent. But in general, are the stories
you've experienced?
Yeah. Like my family, some people won't kill me yet. but are the stories aspirational enough where it's making us take like maybe a Kumawood life? Someone like, I hear stories of someone like Despite. They will tell you he came from a lowly background, he worked his way up, or like maybe a Sujama, or, Special Eyes. All these interesting characters that maybe come from different parts of the country. Yeah. Who, quote unquote, the Kumawood movie would sort of be speaking of. They have transitioned and led very colorful lives. Is it that the storytelling is lazy? Because I've asked this question before, and I kind of been told that is purely budget, and I don't understand that. So I want to hear from your perspective as somebody who's done it all, that what do you think is holding back on the labyrinth of the storytelling? Is it stationary around one subject matter because people just choose to talk about that, or is it because of some other reason why the diversity in storytelling about our indigenous lives, our general lives, our local lives, whatever that may be, is not reflecting in the movies that we're making?
Very good question. I don't think it's a matter of budget. I think it's a matter of clientele. You know what I mean? In these cases, it's really a matter of clientele. Like, the thing is, at the end of the day, no matter how much we can say that I hate this kind of film, I hate this kind of thing, somebody's buying that shit. Yeah. Someone's buying it. You know what I mean? I don't drink pure water. But
I love this guy.
Yeah. I don't drink pure water, but so many people are buying it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't like the taste. I don't like, the ergonomics and stuff. Yeah, exactly. So there's definitely a diverse variety of what makes a Ghanaian, and what exactly is that image. There's still work to be done to portray what that is in our films. So I totally agree with you with that. And it's, at this point, I know like Ghana films have been going on for like decades and decades. Let's go from stuff from the 70s, whatever, but it's like from Koran sometimes. But somewhere along the lines, we went wrong about what a film should be and what a character in a Ghanaian film should be. Something got lost in translation, something got cemented. So we need to break that foundation and start again from scratch. Because looking back at those films from the 70s and the 80s, everything was fine. Everything felt Ghanaian. Even some of the films were not in Tree at all. Like, it felt Ghanaian. It felt, this is Ghana. Yeah. You know what I mean? And especially at the time, you look at it and I'm like, am I seeing a dolly shot? Am I seeing a crane shot from the 70s? Yeah. It's like, and we're not doing that like right now. And it's like, and storytelling, you follow it and you feel proud of who you are. And it's like, and it's in a spirit as well. You understand? So we need to just really rethink. It's not a matter of budget. Like, sometimes some movies do it right. I'll mention Azali. That's a good example. Some movies actually do it right, but they're not there in quantity. And the more they keep popping here and there over and over and over again, then we will really redefine what it is, what a Ghanaian film is. You understand? But it first comes with us really being honest of who we think we are and not being ashamed to just portray that. Yeah. Okay? So the rural and the urban is both correct. That's the Ghanaian. The Ghanaian's rural, Ghanaian's urban. Yeah, I can wear African fabric. Next day I'm wearing jeans and shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, like one day I'm listening to, so High Life. I don't listen to High Life, but next day I'm listening to Meek Mill. And it's all who we are. Yeah. So me, where I'm at, especially if you watch my movie Goldcoast Lounge, which I'm sure y'all niggas did not watch.
Yeah. I started watching. No, I started watching. And once it came out, I watched what you were, sharing online.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, the trailer and all. But I have not properly watched it.
It's on Netflix. You people go to school, watch it.
Yeah, Netflix.
I just got a new TV. Oh.
I started watching.
No, but what I'm saying, in that movie, it really addresses these things completely.
Yeah.
It's an olden days film, but it addresses the Ghanaian identity and who exactly are we? Are we completely independent people, or are we a result of
What's the movie again, please?
Goldcoast Lounge.
Oh, you know?
Okay, Gold Coast Lounge. Okay, good.
Netflix is
that's the one. I watched snippets and stuff of it. Okay, so that's what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. The movie addresses a lot of these things.
Okay.
You may feel the movie maybe it's a little bit too preachy, whatever, but just watch it. Let me know what you think.
Yeah.
But I really stripped a lot of things naked, and I addressed a lot of these things about who is the Ghanaian. You know what I mean? And some of the issues that the movie talk about still affects us to this day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So talking about Gold Coast Lounge, well, I was actually going to ask questions about it, but since you mentioned it, I think why it was shot in black and white, right? Why did you decide to go the black and white route? One. And how difficult was it to get it onto Netflix? Because I've heard so many stories about Netflix. You have to meet a certain standard. It has to be this. It has to be that. Are they all true?
Okay. First of all, I shot in black and white because it's sexy.
Yeah.
Black and white is sexy. I've done a few black and white music videos and it's dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I want to do an African film noir. I've never seen that before. Yeah. And we did a short film, Black Rose, and I want to, do a feature film. So from somebody told me back in the day that when you shoot something black and white, the raw footage, the rushes has to be in black and white. So we did that. And then, I think it was beautiful results.
So it was shot in raw. The raw is also black and white.
Yeah.
It wasn't graded like
no.
changed. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So when I want to do a black and white music video, I shoot in
black and white.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So the rushes are in black and white.
So I'm thinking maybe in post you would think that let me just keep color here.
It was all planned, and we looked at
crazy.
And stuff. So yeah. So again, after premiere and all that stuff, like Netflix, I'm like, okay, no, great movie, no, because of black and white. It's like they love it. Everybody loves it. All the distribution channels, they all love it. And it's like, Charlie, I don't think that audience will click on it because it's black and white. So it's a no. Hey, hot. But 2 years later, after we won 18 awards later, it's like,
oh shit, 18 awards.
Yeah, in total for that movie. Yeah. And then it's like, hey yo, come through. Yeah. So they accepted it, and then boom, there you go. It's been on Netflix for the past 2 years or something.
Are you paid for Netflix to have your film on their
No,
platform?
here's the thing. To put your movie on Netflix, you need to upload it, and then you pay a fee. I'm lying, bro. No. Like most of the money that was made for the film was through Netflix. I mean, of all the money that we made, Netflix was the biggest.
Dope.
We have flights. We have so many flights. We have Qatar Air, Saudi Air, Brussels Airlines. Emirates was the last one to do, and I mentioned United Airlines. They twice. No, you have so many deals with these airlines, and then an American company called Topic. They bought the North American rights.
Oh wow!
So many people wanted to buy the streaming rights after Netflix said no, because no. Because I kept holding on because somehow I felt like maybe Netflix would change their mind. So after 2 years, they changed their mind, and then Netflix.
After 2 years?
After 2 years, bro. Well, I leaned on it. Reggie Rockstone has something called lean on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sarkodie had this new joint, right? Like, people weren't feeling that new joint, but then he leaned on it. So I held on to that, lean on it. Yeah. So I was like, okay, Goldcoast Lounge, make a promote time, everything. Netflix said no, so I leaned on it. After 2 years,
that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. Yeah. I know you have shot several music videos.
Couple.
Shouts to EL. He was
on the show
on this podcast. EL is my homie. You've done several videos for him. 7 videos.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know like 4 or 5. Sure. Oh yeah. Actually, 7 you'll catch. Yeah, you've done stuff with Gasmela.
Yes, one.
Yeah, you've done stuff with. I've seen several of your music videos and all that. How difficult, or which one do you enjoy most? Music videos or films?
Okay, here's the thing. I enjoy films more because of my music video career. I started with film, of course, in Canada, But I enjoy the filmmaking more because of my music video career. And I love music video because of my film career.
Oh, okay. So
you understand? So film is my wife, music video is my side chick. So after chopping a side chick for a while, it's like, okay, I appreciate the wife even more. And I'm able to chop my wife better because of the side chick. What's that?
Yeah.
So straight up understanding.
Straight up, it was clear.
So right now, I fully dedicated myself to the movie. And here's the thing, exclusive.
Yeah.
I almost returned to music videos last year.
I think you will.
Yeah, okay.
I think you will.
You know, when everything aligns, it will happen.
Yeah.
You know, I almost returned to music video last year. And of course, to a large extent, it's not until I shoot with EL. That's when every artist is like, oh shit, Pascal's back. You know what I mean? Even though, like, I came through 2011 and 2013, I quit the first time. And then after 2 years or so, shooting for people here and there and stuff like that. But as soon as that game got back with EL, that's when things exploded. You know what I mean? But, even that time, I think when I shot with I did VIP, Dogo Yaro.
Yeah.
That's when even Sarko was like, Pascal, Sark, what's up? Pascal, you're back. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
let's do this.
Yeah. So
so there's this music video you shot for EL. I've forgotten the song, but it was in slow-mo.
Turn the lights down.
It's crazy. Like, did you come up with a concept? Like, how did you decide to shoot that music video? Like,
I can spend this whole interview talking about Turn the Lights Down. It's not the most popular video of all, because it's not the most popular song, but it's a beautiful song.
It's a beautiful song.
And everybody in the industry know that video, because that's the video that I did that everybody in the industry was like, yo, let me shoot with Pascal. Because I had meetings with everybody, but until that video came out. Now, I went to EL's studio for the first time. He sat me down and said, Pascal, let me take off my glasses.
About to go in.
Yeah. He said, Pascal.
Yeah.
He gave me creative control. Because we did Obomo first. It wasn't my concept.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it wasn't my concept. But Turn the Lights Down, he said, Pascal, I want you to come up with a concept that is so simple, so creative, so amazing, that every other director would say, yo, how come we never thought about that? So, you know what I mean? I'm not saying they're broke. They got lots of money.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a video that was dope because of the budget. I was like, let me put this on. It wasn't a video that was dope because of the budget and what went inside, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the creativity and the talent just showcased. EL as an artist, as an individual, and myself, like, my lens and all that stuff. That was when our chemistry really, really exploded for the first time. So, so that's, out of all the videos I did with EL, I think that's the one where they gave me creative control. Of course, they added the contributions to it and stuff, of course. And I'm very proud of that video. And also shout out to Ramesh as well.
Shout out to Ramesh.
Ramesh, he told me around that time, Pascal, I hope you won't do what everybody else is doing, the dancing and all that stuff. Do one video for an artist that you appreciate. Do one video the way you want it to be done. And then after you do that one, the rest will come. Big money will come. I still got paid. I still got paid. Yeah. But that's one video where, like, I really expressed myself creatively, and then everybody.
It's dope.
Yeah.
And the name of the video again?
Turn the Lights Down.
Turn the Lights Down.
Okay.
Yes. The whole video was in slow motion.
Yeah, everything was
so
in
we
slow
sped up the song by two.
Yeah.
So he sang the song twice. Yeah, articulated properly.
Yeah.
And then we slowed it down, and then voila.
Yeah. So it's slow mo.
Wow.
But EL's,
was singing in sync.
It was in sync, like on point. Yeah,
very. Have to check that out.
Very crazy. Should I go last question before you come in? So I know music videos. They are just quick. It doesn't take that long.
One
maybe.
night stand.
Yeah. Your side chick. But films take quite a while. Sorry, this thing there.
Okay.
Films take quite, it takes time to come up with a film, to shoot and all that. How difficult is it finding funding for films here in Ghana?
I think it's difficult everywhere, but it's more difficult here, perhaps. Because like every business, when you look for money or whatever, like you need to come up with a business plan and stuff. It's very tough to come up with a business plan when the business is not really structured properly in this country. But it's not impossible, especially it's more easy for me because, I've had some success.
Yeah.
The movies on Netflix, I'm not the only one, but like my movies on Netflix are 18 awards, both critical and commercial success. I think I've done something. But to shoot that movie, I sold my left testicle. Yes, I have one left, but I don't plan on selling.
On selling the other.
Yeah, the other one.
So it took a whole lot to like get funding for.
It was self-funded, if you want to think about it.
Yeah,
it was self-funded. It was a risk, of course, a risk, but like I said, Charlie, like just one movie alone. First, before that, I only had 4 awards, but that movie alone got 18 awards, and then like I didn't get to travel much because of the pandemic. Because that movie went to Egypt, it went to Washington, it went to Kenya, went to France twice, you know. So it's like amazing success, and it's like I can't wait for the next one. Like it's because music videos, like they're great, but they're like buja.
Yeah.
But movies for me, it's like boom, nuclear warhead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A bigger impact, long-lasting impact than the music video. So. But no disrespect to any music video director out there. Like you're doing amazing, you're doing great. You know what I mean? But everybody has their purpose. You know, my purpose was to come in music videos and leave and then focus on movies now.
We've discussed the creative industry that you're in a little bit. I mean, I think there's some.
We're talking about scientific now. We're talking about AI now.
Well, we could go there. But I think, you know, you've shed a lot of light into what someone like you's work entails. I mean, because you've achieved success at a very high level. And you're also still connected to being the home-based guy, trying to, you know, see something come out of this space. And my worry, or I guess concern, is funding. Because you spoke on Ghanaian identity. What does it mean to be that? And I've asked that question several times because the American identity or the European identity or whatever, the British identity, things have been established over a period of time that makes people feel like, okay, I can hang on to that, I can identify with that, I see myself in that, this is how my progression or I'm supposed to be, something to look up to. And if the people in the country who are, quote unquote, wealthy enough to support the arts, because I think the arts is the most impactful aspect of any social, you know.
Say it again, please.
They are not supporting it. What do you think is really motivating? Because I would like to assume that they're intelligent enough to know this. So if they're not doing it, what do you think has to happen for that to be a real thing where people with the resources are willing to take a chance, a gamble? Like you were willing to invest in your own product and you've seen the results for it. Yeah. So this is no longer hearsay or guesswork. It can be done. Mm-hmm. What do you think will bring them on board?
Exactly. It's basically what I've done for myself, but on a larger scale, on a scalable level. Yeah. You know, and more like, you know. So I think once a little bit more of success stories come out for film, then there'll be more interest. Because I'm very sure that there are people that are just like looking this way. But until it's big enough to appear in front of them, then they'll start to invest. Yeah. And I do feel it happening a little bit. But this is what's happened very, very, very recently. When it comes to commercial success, I don't think it gets bigger than Aloe Vera, directed by Peter Sodufia, who should be on this show. He has more movies on Netflix than any other Ghanaian filmmaker. Oh. Peter Sodufia, director of Akateke,
okay.
Aloe Vera, and Awebas kind of. Now, he just looked for, it's on his Instagram, okay? He was looking for investors for his next film, right? He has, documents of how big of a success his Aloe Vera movie was. Yeah. In fact, it was so successful that I was looking at the charts for Nigeria, West Africa, and his movie was there. Yeah. You know what I mean? In terms of box office, it was Nigerians that posted it. I'm like, this is an Aloe Vera movie from Ghana, And I was like, okay. So, and Ghana has like 3 or 4 cinemas where these people had like 40 something at the time. You know what I'm saying? So that was some good success, right? He was looking for investors in GH. Nothing. Then he looked for investors in Nigeria. Boom! Gone. And now, Mr. Peter Sodufia is now a Nigerian director. We lost one. Wow. You know what I mean? And hey, maybe he's gonna fly me to and I'm going.
You're also going to join him. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you. So where did we go wrong? Because back in the day, film was really big here. It was popping. So Pascal, where did we go wrong?
Let me bring the other guy for a second. Many things went wrong, right? But two things. One, I don't like blaming other people, but if I were to blame anyone, I'll blame two people. I'll blame the media, okay? Because there was a time when a female celebrity was popular. She was popular because of a movie she was in. She was popular because because she's an actress, because that's what she's doing. Now you have a female celebrity who's popular. She's popular because of who she's sleeping with, because of promiscuous this or that or whatever. And that has happened for the past 11 years. I've been watching it. I saw it happen. Yeah. And now we're at a point where they say, actress, this is actor for the West. She acted in which movie? Ask the blogger which movie she has acted in. They won't know. Yeah. You understand? So the culture, the celebrity culture, the constellation culture has been fucked up by these bloggers and this whole culture of what a celebrity is, especially who's acting in the film. Bloggers would talk about this actress, but they wouldn't know any movie that actress has acted in. Because here's the thing, I'll say it again. I said it before years ago. While I was trying to promote GCL, like Goldcoast Lounge, I went to some of the blogging place, and one of them said that, okay, it's difficult for us to promote a movie unless we talk about Zinazou's sex life. Bitch, what?
Wow.
What does the sex life have to do with the movie that I have? And I worked on a story. I worked on all those things that you want to promote the movie by talking about Zinazou's sex life. Bitch, fuck you. You understand? So I was like, I say, you understand? You understand?
I say, Charlie.
So I blame it on that, and also blame it on all these actors that gained so much huge popularity from the film industry when it was at its golden era. And now that the film industry has boom, all the way down, and you're still here with your popularity, you have done nothing. Your house that built who you are, your village that built who you are, is now rotten. You have not done anything to sustain it. You have not done anything to scale it up. You understand? So sometimes, it's very difficult for me not to mention names. I see these people, I see some of them on TikTok, I see some of them doing in other industries and all that stuff, and it's like, the film industry has gone down, but you're still up with your popularity. And what pissed me off most is their fans. Yeah. They're still with their, my favorite actor. Which film have they done in the past 2 years, bro? Let's wake up for a second. Yeah. You understand? This is the third time I'm mentioning it, but one person that's doing the job right is Yvonne Nelson. Shout out to Yvonne Nelson. She's still doing some good shit, producing movies here and there. Yeah. Last movie she did, I don't think she was inside the movie. You know, she was putting new faces here and there. Boom. But what the fuck are her peers doing? You understand? So anyways, let's come up with these things. There's Pascal Aka, there's Peter Sudufia, there's Kwabena Johnson, there's Shirley from So Shirley's still doing her thing. Shirley is still doing her thing. Also, shout out to Aquaba Magic, because without them, the people wouldn't be shooting as much. They're producing so much work for that network, getting paid. So money, they go around here and there. They manage. They manage that, and it's doing something. So right now, there's bare land. This table is like bare land. So we did build a new foundation. We did build something new from there. And once in a while, I promote music video directors to get into the film industry, at least the right way. Don't just come in with the science. Come in with the art as well. When I say art, I'm not just talking about nice costumes, nice shots. I'm talking about great storytelling, bro. Learn how to tell stories. So once they merge those things right, we can have great movies that look good, that tell a great story, and that proudly Ghanaian as well. And then, boom, next thing you know, Pascal Aka, we're building hotels because of the great movies he's making, because the industry is so great.
Diversifying.
Yeah.
Dope. Recently, we have been seeing on social media how, especially the old actors and actresses, the old musicians and all that, they come, with their alien self, sick selves, to ask for funds, to ask for help, and all that. And some of these guys were the dons back in the day, right? They were the dons, but now, they don't have anything to show for all the work that they did. How do you feel about that? Have you seen any of those, and how do you feel about that? And what are you doing yourself to avoid that?
Now, when you talk about that, there's no way I can not think about Sam at Digital Film.
Yeah.
I work with Uncle Sam.
My hero.
I work with Uncle Sam and the third video with EL. What's it called? Check my swag out.
True.
Just when we shot that video, his sister passed away, and we had to contribute money for his sister's funeral. He was the kind of man that he asked for a lot of money all the time. we give him jobs here and there and stuff like casting here and there, but I still ask for money here and there. So it's like, to some extent, it's like, yeah, we're doing our thing, we're casting you and all that stuff, but then is there something wrong with the perception of how you feel the business is supposed to be? How well was the business sustaining you back in the day? Is there a way for you to have some pension fund? Was there a way for you to have savings throughout the whole time? So it's something that we hate to happen. But one person that I feel that we're doing right by him is someone that's in his 70s. He just celebrated his 75th birthday months ago, I think in November, and he's still working. He's still being casted and still healthy. It's Mr. Fedamugi. Someone that I work with in the 4th EL video, Kalu. He's doing well. He's still active, and he's still one of us.
Yeah.
At 75 years old, he's still one of us. Like it's nothing.
Yeah.
He's in Goldcoast Lounge, So it's like, I do not know the issue. The thing is, at least they have a platform where they can reach out to a huge. They can reach out to the masses, and people can contribute and all that stuff. So it is a situation that we're in. We're still in a third world country. We're still in a third world country. We're still in an industry where like there's no specific fund for that, pension for actors.
Yeah.
So it's something that the National Film Authority need to look into and things like that. But it's like, at the end of the day, yes, we're our brother's keeper, our uncle's keeper, and everything. But it's like, to some extent, everyone for himself.
Yeah.
Because
Ja for us all.
yeah.
Staying on that subject matter, I think, so part of my concern with every aspect of progress that we're seeking, whether it's in everyday economic activity or in the creative space, it seems the structures elude us, that we are not consciously having people who are in the industry, who are concerned with the business of making sure that those structures, like we mentioned, because the Ghana Film, whatever the authority is, I don't know what their name is, but they are not as equipped to put structures in place to allow, it's like NBA players, for instance, and NFL players. Back in the day, they were building the sport, taking all the big hits. You hear about CTE, all these things, but they were not being properly compensated because the structures were not in place or their knowledge was not fully there. But the CBA or all the organizations that are supposed to look out for the health of these athletes were actively involved in putting contracts and agreements in place such that as new information was coming, people were being pulled into the pool and the older generation were being looked out for, because some newer players were making more money would take it as their responsibility to take care of the previous people. But as they grow, they put something structurally in place, because, dignity-wise, so it's not everybody that can call and say, Charlie, I need to go to the hospital, Charlie, I can't afford this. But when I look at us, in every, and so this is not just on the creative industry, in every aspect of economic activity, I don't see that, desire to put in place structures that sustain those who pour their life, blood, sweat, and tears into it. I don't see it. And I keep wondering, is it a lack of appetite for it? Is there a lack of awareness? Is there a lack of education, exposure? What could it be? And how can we even shed more light on the fact that that's essential? It's necessary for us to be able to,
Yeah. So it's for me, I think it's something that pops up every once in a while.
Yeah.
It doesn't come too often to a point where it's like a pandemic kind of thing. Sorry for using that word, but it's definitely a conversation that I don't see happening. It should happen, but I don't see it happening, because every time there's seminars or anytime there's group meetings and stuff, like I don't really hear these things whatsoever. Every once in a while, like I think the last Ghana movie awards that I was in, Fred Norma brought all the legends together, and then there's a fund for them kind of thing. So it's just a matter of like really bringing that conversation on the table, because what you just mentioned about CTE and all those things, like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But this is a billion-dollar organization, NBA and NFL, but like the film industry and then National Film Authority, they're still in the baby infant zone, but they're actually, for the record, they're actually doing a good job with some of the things that they're doing. At least we see how Nollywood is doing well. So right now they're in conversation of bringing at least 2 big Nollywood giants to shoot in Ghana. So crew members will get work, you know what I mean, or locations or whatever. Actors will get some work and tap into the Nigerian, infrastructure and exposure. Hopefully some of our legends are part of it too.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Dope. So, like in my intro, I made mention of like how people don't know about your audio background, you know, about you scoring and all that. Music or audio is also a very, very important part of film, right? Did that come before film or you were or that came after you realized that no, audio or sound is also an integral part of film?
Now, very good question. Like I said, there's an artistic and there's a scientific. The artistic part, film came first, but technically, of course, music came afterwards. Yeah. Okay, let's say I've been making movies since I was 4, and then I started writing I wrote my first song when I was 11. It was R&B. I want to be an R&B singer. I remember, my English wasn't even that good. Before I sleep every night, and when I close my lonely eyes. I remember the song. Yeah. And then, let's say, 14, 15.
Where's that girl now?
I didn't have a girl at the time.
You were just writing off.
Yeah, just writing. I had my first relationship at 23, bro.
Yeah, I mean, same. Way after 20.
Yeah. So it's like
Friday the 13th.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's like I learned how to play keyboard at like 14, 15 because I really want to become a producer. Back then, like the Timbaland and Swiss Beats and stuff. Like I want to be them. I was really, really into it, beat makers. I learned how to play keyboard. And I was rapping at the time. So by the time I went to Canada, my brother introduced me to Fruity Loops. I'm like, hey!
Afa.
My dorm room, bro, was a competition between me versus the Jamaican producer versus the Latino producer. It was big competition. So all the rappers would go to that guy's dorm room, and then afterwards, they'll come with some beats. They'll come to my place. Oh, my goodness. It was great. And then, so when I got to film school in 2004 or 5 there, I was like, this film is really going to take a lot of my attention. So I started making my first film. After I did my EP, I did some EP. I brought to Hammer. Hammer told me, Charlie, Colossus, that's my rap name at the time. Right now, there's just Abraham Ohenijan. You go do your film school. When you come back, you take over. That was 2004. So I did my film school, And then when I started working my first movie, I couldn't afford a composer. So I was like, Charlie, I make beats. Let me learn how to make music for film, kind of thing. So I make music for my first film, made music for my second film, and then Goldcoast Lounge, I composed the music for it, and I wrote the songs that Raquel sang. Sina Soul sang.
Shout out to Raquel.
Shout out to Raquel. And of all the 18 awards, 4 of them was for the music, so I'm proud of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Including the AMVCA, the last award we won. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's dope. So have you attempted or have you made beats for someone who sings, like for rappers, apart from Raquel for the film, like for
I'm a ghostwriter.
Okay.
I've done ghostwriting for artists in Canada, in Europe. So there's Denmark, France.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I've been a ghostwriter for a while. And in GH, like while I was shooting music videos, at some point, I think the last thing I did was in 2013. I used to record a few things at Cyril's place. Shout out Cyril's. Mixdown Studios. Shout out to Roger. So I'd never released anything. Artists, I heard some of the stuff. At some point, Joey B and Papi Kojo, they heard some of my beats, they loved it. But I never really pursued it super hard. So like the music and the film was always like number one, I guess. Yeah. But I love it. But I've been scoring for films. I haven't made a hip hop beat in years, but I'm sure it's still in me. I haven't done Afro beats in years, but it's not something I actually pursued. Just a hobby kind of thing. Yeah. But the music for film, that one, it's not a joke. Yeah.
Dope. How were your days at GIS like?
Boring, I think. I think if anybody met me, I always feel like I was boring as a person. I'm not really the kind of person where my conversation alone will make you get excited. Yeah. But I will host you. I will bring everybody to my house. I will host parties. The pool, the swimming pool, the inside. So everybody will come to my place. The video games and also what's it called, the basketball.
Yeah.
I will be a host. I love being a host. I love entertaining people, being the one in charge of getting the party started.
Yeah.
So if I go to a party, if I'm part of the organizers, I'm cool. But if I'm one of the ants inside of the dance club, I won't feel that comfortable. So, and then if we did the common room inside, everybody having conversations and shit, and it's like, nah, let me do something interesting. Got a pen and paper, lyrics. Everybody would just come and check out Pascal's lyrics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll battle this other guy and all that stuff. My diction wasn't that great, my delivery, whatever, but the lyrics alone, you know what I mean? And also in the school newspaper, there was this segment called the Lyricist Lounge. My lyrics would just go inside. Akavelli, that was my rap name in GIS. Yeah.
You get the Colossus and...
No, yeah. Akavelli was because of my last name, Pascal Aka, so
Akavelli.
But then when I left...
Machiavelli, Machiavelli.
Exactly. I have many nicknames with my last name. It was Acapulco, Akatamanso, Aka Fresh, Aka Zulu. You know what I mean? Anything Aka inside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So... but by the time I left GIS, I'm like, okay, finally I can use Colossus because I saw it from the X-Men comic book.
Yeah.
So I used Colossus, you know, tall guy, you know. So yeah, but in GIS, like I was a really quiet guy, but anything I could do to entertain people with my talent, that's why I will use it to gain attention.
Yeah.
Because as a normal person, I'm not a social person at all. No. You won't see me in the club, but if I'm in a club, I'm working to help you get entertained.
Oh, wow.
So you mentioned your pops, but I haven't heard about your mom.
Shout out to, you know, any of my exes or whatever that feel I'm a mama's boy. My mother is a pure Kumawood woman. Here's the thing. I grew up learning from my dad because, you know, my dad is like the businessman. Like, you know, everybody sees my dad as a god. But after he passed away, I had to be close to my mom because she's the last parent I got left, right? But gradually I realized that, wait a second, she's a genius behind the operation. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know this thing about Kumawood women. Like, they're very, you know, they know how to turn nothing into something.
Don't joke with them.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, when I see my mom in the market, all that stuff, she knows how to speak to people. You know, she knows how to bargain. Yeah. And then after we're done with the meeting, it's like, okay, Pascal, Charlie, okay, cool. So we saved 10,000 Ghana cedis, 12,000 Ghana cedis here, right? And then I'm taking notes. I'm like, yo, this woman,
That's cool for you.
Yeah, it's like, my mom, like, there's not much I can say publicly.
Yeah.
Because there's so much business that she does that's like, you know, it's private. Like, I'm not allowed to, you know.
Yeah.
So she's my boss. Apart from the fact that she gave birth to me, that she is my boss. Like, a lot of the business sense that I got, my father passed away 13, 14 years ago. I learned so much from her. You know what I mean? So, Charlie, and yet it's not all the time that it's a man that will mentor you. Sometimes it's a woman. Women can be bosses too, bro.
Yeah, they are.
You understand? So, like, that also affected my dating life because sometimes I am a product of a relationship where it wasn't a man providing everything. At some point, my dad was broke and was looking for a job, and my mom was the one. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And when my mom was down and he became rich, whatever rich is, boom, 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 boom. Partnership, yin, yang. So, like, that affected my relationship life because that's what gave birth to me. If the man has it, cool. If the woman has it, cool. You know what I mean? If she's down, he lifts her up. If he's down, she lifts him up. You know, so, Charlie, are we talking about relationships now?
We can. Let's go into it.
It's not about what you bring to the table. You know,
that's a shallow statement.
It's a funny statement.
It's an annoying statement as well.
Yeah.
But do you guys think, since we're on the relationship thing, do you think as a newer generation, because of social media and all this crap?
Yes.
Because I see stories like your parents that you're talking about picking each other up. There are people in my life that tell me about how their parents collaborated on different levels to sustain each other and even forgiving each other for their shortcomings and making sure not to be a doormat or anything, but to say no one is perfect. Like, Charlie, you fucked up. Let's pick each other up. Sincerely sorry. Let's move on. Or I'm looking out for you and you're looking out for me. Why can't we get our heads around that?
Here's the thing, like, this is supposed to be for my content on my own page. But I'm giving you guys, I'll repeat it.
Free Bunto.
Okay, watch this. I only had one job besides the filmmaking thing, which is like working for myself, I guess. And that job, I was a sales agent for a retail company. So imagine I had a stage, right? Low stage inside the malls. And like I had a stage with the lights and everything. And then, so we would advertise free gifts, right? Advertise free gift on the microphone. And people would gather up around my stage. So from there, I start greeting them. And I start asking a question. I raise my hand like this. And the first person to raise their hand, I give them a gift. I talk. I raise my hand, they raise their hand again. So 10 minutes, I give them a free gift, I advertise one product, another product. After 10 minutes, every 1 minute, I raise my hand and they do this. So it gets to a point where I don't have to say shit. So when I do this, they raise their hand up. So who wants to buy? Boom! Yeah. Everybody raise their hand, whether they want to buy or not. When I do this, who wants to buy? Everybody raise their hand. Mind you, they came for a free gift. Yeah. Now after 10 minutes of me talking and presenting them a whole bunch of stuff, doing infomercials in front of them, I do this, everybody's buying. I train them to raise their hand like this. Wow. You guys just grab your phones, right? Yeah. What do you do with your phones? Clack, 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 clack. Next, skip, next, skip, next one. So today, you want to be in a relationship that's committed. One mistake, one thing that doesn't interest you, one thing that bores you, you want to stay inside. Or you want to skip a scroll. Like you're being trained and programmed to do. You understand?
Deep.
So it's like we're at a point where also with this whole mental health thing, yes, mental health is true, but we are being programmed and trained to not tolerate anything, to be fed up with anything. Yeah. To be so weak that you feel that the world is supposed to cater to whatever you feel like it or whatever you're too weak to sustain. You understand? It's like, he offended me. Click, block. That's so easy, right? But how about you offended me? Okay, but let's sit down. Let's have a conversation. Let's see where things went wrong. You offended me, but why? Did I say something to offend you? Let's talk. Oh, you offended me because of this? No, I meant this. Blah, blah. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation.
Then let's see where I went. Word gaslighting.
Yeah.
Hey, the whole gaslighting. What's it called? Guilt trip. Patriarchy. Yeah. Misogyny. All that dictionary and all the other things. Fuck that shit, bro.
I love it.
It's in the dictionary of podcasts. You guys don't use that shit, do you? Yeah. Because you're men.
You don't.
You know what I mean? So we live in a world where, of course, all these podcasts are just really programming people to be weak, programming people to not understand the fact that this is not heaven. The world is not going to cater to whatever you don't tolerate. Fuck your feelings. Work for it. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. Work for whatever that does not work. Work for it. And like I said, I'm a product of a relationship where things were not perfect. I'm not going to go into it. But then through working, through tolerance, through patience, which we're losing it due to our phones. Scroll. But through all that, it led to something beautiful, which is me, Pascal Aka.
Allah. Okay. So, and you made mention of you giving us free content that could go onto your Instagram. And like I said, I've been following your Instagram really, really religiously. And a video that you put out recently was talking about how people use the wrong terms.
Okay.
Yeah, how people use the wrong terms. It was cool and all that. But there was one that I had a little issue with. Killer. What was it?
Last killer.
Last killer. You know, don't you think that lingua or terms, like a community or, a people can actually embrace a lingua that becomes them, like last killer? Because from childhood, we've been saying last killer through and through. Everybody in Ghana, when you say last killer, they know who the last killer is.
Last show.
Yeah, do you think we should have an issue with like terms like that?
Okay, well, you have a very good question. That's some of the things that I mentioned in that series.
Yeah.
There are serious terms that, okay, you can't say it like that.
Yeah.
But that specific video with action films, like if you disagree, it is fine. If you look at the comments, a lot of people are like, Pascal, we like you, but this one, no, we don't agree. It's Last Killer, it's Busha Busha, it's Commando, it is what's it called, Blow Mine. You know what I'm saying? So there's some things that are like the wrong thing, but it's not really the wrong thing because it's our thing. You understand? So. Yeah. So, don't take me too seriously sometimes. You know what I mean? So when I say that in film, you're not allowed to say equipment.
Yeah.
It's correct.
That one is,
Like, so at the same time, when I say, you can't say Last Killer, you don't have to listen to me.
So, Gaffer. Many people, even light guys, they don't know that they are called Gaffers. Everybody goes like light guy or light man. You know.
Well, that's the proper term to describe them.
Gaffer. What's the difference between a DOP and a videographer?
Hey. Big difference, bro.
Yeah, what was the difference?
No, videographer is, okay, watch this. It's the same way like saying, what's the difference between, can I give a good example? Blocking and mise en scène. In 2024, now blocking stands for how you place your actors within the frame.
Yep.
Whereas back in my day, that term blocking is just used for theater. It's just used for maybe television. It's not used for cinema. But now it's being used for cinema. So now a videographer, that is very, very, very wrong. Maybe less wrong today than it was back in the day. Because film is usually shot on film, cellular. Now it's all digital. Video, if you will call it. But if you're making movies, it's still not called video. It's still called a film, still called a movie. So the term videographer does not come from the world of cinema. We never use that. A videographer comes from the world of maybe wedding videos, or someone's doing a documentary or anything like that. Not someone's doing a movie. But if you use the term DOP, that's someone who's working on a movie or maybe a music video. Someone who knows how to light properly to set the mood. And usually it's for work that is not necessarily... I don't know the vision. Non-fiction. That's not necessarily. He's telling a story that's not real. So the way he will light it and shoot it, it's not necessarily in a way that make you feel like it's a documentary. Like you're not watching the news, you're watching a movie, and you can tell. So videographer can be a wedding guy who shoots it with a camera, with a video camera, and DOP is someone that can set the mood, set the story with lighting and a lens to create something cinematic, like they would say.
What's the full meaning of DOP?
Director of photography.
Oh, okay.
Even though it doesn't shoot photo, but that's just
director of photography. Pascal, do you feel threatened by the recent influx of digital cameras? Like when I say digital, like cameras with phones with like superior, lenses and an amazing, aperture, and everything is so on point. Do you feel threatened? And I'm asking this because of the equipment that you use. I'm sure you use the Reds, the Aries, the Canons, high end, top tier, and now there are phones with amazing lenses. Do you sometimes and now people who have those phones think that they can shoot? Do you think is it something that you think about, that you feel threatened by?
Boss, I think you should just delete your question and just go straight to the point and ask me about AI.
Yeah.
No, why should I be threatened by someone with a 8K camera instead of like AI, a machine that's learning as we speak how to take my fucking job? You understand? Where the gap between the creative who has not educated himself properly or has not had the resources to educate himself properly to turn those ideas into life versus the guy that went to school to turn those ideas, who's perhaps not that talented at telling a story. It's really it's closing exponentially. AI is growing not at a steady pace, but it's growing exponentially. AI is teaching yourself how to speak languages. There's an AI app that can create a whole company. That HR result, the HR department, all that stuff. You can fire your whole thing. Some companies can fire everybody because the AI can do everything, literally. So I am more concerned with in a matter of just months, how first there was Sora, which is the most realistic looking AI text to video or image to video.
Crazy.
App. And now there's another one, which I have been using, free for everybody to use.
Which one? Which one?
It's called Luma Labs, okay? Luma Labs.
Luma Labs.
Yes. I can take a picture of my dead father, put it in there, and then to animate it by itself. And I'm saying, like, it's not the first one to do it, but, like, it's getting to a point where it's learning by the day and improving by the day. And it's like, yo, before you know it, like, there'll be people there'll be AI festivals. There's I just remembered. I'm not going to mention her name. She's not super popular, but she's an American filmmaker, right? In fact, I was in Afri in Nigeria. She was sitting right by me. And her bedroom, her hotel room was a few from mine. Her name, she did a tweet. Right now, people are insulting on Twitter. She deleted her Twitter. Maybe they cloned her. I don't know. She did a tweet insulting AI, saying that, by now, like, for years, decades, black people have been fighting for places in Hollywood and all that stuff. And now with AI, it's going to be more and more difficult because people were making movies with using AI without casting black people. Next thing you know, she created a film using Sora AI. And it's at a film festival as you speak. Jesus people Christ. Are insulting her on Twitter. She deleted her Twitter. She went complete 180. Why? Did they clone her? I do not know.
Wow.
Yeah, there's an AI movie right at a film festival. Which one? Is it American Black Film Festival or Tribeca? I think it's Tribeca. I'm not looking for, right now there's a process for my next movie, right? Gradually, I'm working on the costumes, I'm working on the set design, I'm working on all that stuff using AI. I've been using AI for like a year now. And the way it keeps improving, AI video keeps improving. And right now, I think in the next few months, I'll be able to do the whole movie using AI.
Crazy.
Yeah, without me shooting anything. How good is it going to look compared to the real thing? Not necessarily. I like real botos than pornography.
Yeah.
You understand? Botos, I go touch on, I go film, all that stuff. It's tangible. Of course, I'll shoot a movie. Yeah. That's what I am. But as I'm doing my pre-production and showing my image, showing like my vision through AI, it's becoming more and more and more. Yeah. The gap is closing like crazy. So we get to a point. So am I threatened by this thing? There's some Africans who shot the whole movie editing with CapCut. They spend months to do it, but like by the end of the day, technology is becoming easier for whoever has an idea and put it out there and bring it to life. Basically. So at the end of the day, to get to a point where it's survival of the most creative. Yeah. So many people are doing so many great photography, so much great graphic design, and they don't know how to use Photoshop, and they don't know how to shoot, be a photombo, right? Yeah. Because they know how to use AI. They know how to program the AI, and they're very creative. Yeah. So now it's like, okay, I don't care how big of a degree you got. How creative are you compared to those people? Yeah. Let the games begin. Yeah.
So I asked that question because, like, recently, brands and companies and all that's right. Back in the day, let's say 10 years ago, they would come to Pascal Aka to shoot an ad for their business, for their brand. Now they are going to this person who is on Instagram with maybe a few followers to come to their spot or to advertise their brand for them. Yeah, like that is actually taking jobs away from guys like you and other top tier guys in the film industry.
But why are they going to that guy for?
Influencer.
Oh, it's an influencer.
Yeah. Like brands should rather come to you for a proper, well shot ad for their brand or for their whatever. But now they are going to these guys with phones in their hands to come to their, doesn't it,
Here's the thing.
Worry.
I mean, if that's where the industry is going, not completely. There's a market for it. It's a new media that's come through. Yeah. Like I said, film is, the scientific part is always evolving. Yeah. It has evolved to the point where people want reality, especially lockdown, the pandemic. People are crazy over like anything that feels real. Yeah. Hey, maybe I'll shoot a whole movie using my phone and I'll make it vertical. Fuck that. No, I'm not gonna do that. But it's like it's about because I love cinema. I love the big screen and stuff. Yeah. But the thing is, there's a market for it. And it's a new medium, and people are always, hungry and horny for new medium. And like at the end of the day, later on, film will always be film. And if people are looking for something else, it's something else. I don't think it's being threatened. It's just another industry altogether.
I'd like to throw this thought into the conversation. I like to think of myself as a creative for the most part. And, Mutombo's just gone into writing mode again. He's back to being an artist, and even the process of writing and experiencing, still using a pen and a pad to write, the feel of the words on the pad. It's something. It inspires something. If you're talking about like companies who want to go to a seasoned director who's had a world of experience to come up with, we're being serious here now. It's not some influencer who is holding the camera at a certain angle and just because it's popular, is saying whatever. But we want to like come up with a concept. We want to dig a little bit deeper. My excitement about what you're saying is the people that I'm going to naturally lean to anyway are going to become deadlier and more competent at what they do. Because now there's this AI that's going to write a movie, right? I think no matter how great AI gets, I think all it's going to produce is a combination of all of the things humans have done before that it has studied and then give variations of it. But there's new thought. Like this thing we're talking about Ghana and how we're not telling our whole stories. That is a whole new world of storytelling that has not been explored yet. So it's not in any computer for any AI to study and understand. So it gives opportunity for people to be more creative, not just that, but people to be more selective about where their sources are coming from. And for me as a business person, I will always rely on human ingenuity because guess what? If you have some influencer, Pascal is a brand. Pascal is a name that has lasted a period of time. It is less likely that Pascal will bring you quote unquote bad association. That's on rando off of Instagram that you don't know that today is hot, and then tomorrow next thing you find out the guy is some kind of wild beast doing all kinds of crazy things. So I say all that to say that for me, I get easily bored with a topic once I have followed it all the way through its logical conclusion, and I've come to the conclusion that AI is great and is going to learn very much, and yet saying it's going to be self-teaching and all that. But I just know that the human mind will always be intriguing because it's experiencing much more than just typing. It's experiencing heat, cold, winter. It's experiencing
heartbreak.
all the elements of living. And AI can never live that reality, and therefore I always lean back on humanity.
Do you have a favorite camera brand?
No.
Nah, you don't.
Not really. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I can be tired of red, really. I shot a whole feature on red, and before that, there's not a feature that I worked on shot on red. It's like, okay, it's okay. So when people show me like, okay, Pascal, I have an area. Okay, cool. What's up? And we cook lens and this lens. Okay, cool, nice. All right, and then there's this new Canon camera. I don't keep track too much. It's like you can't
keep up.
Yeah, it's all about common sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's really about common sense. It's really about common sense. And then, and at some point, but I don't think I've ever been disappointed with what I see from BMPC. It's pretty cool. So it's really about, Charlie. Right now, so many cameras do almost the same thing.
Would you ever work extensively with a smartphone?
No.
You wouldn't?
No. The thing is, like, when DSLR cameras came, I was religiously against that shit. Why am I using a still camera to shoot a movie, to shoot a video? Like, what the heck? That's against my religion. But eventually, I end up doing that, And here comes a red, here comes the other cameras that follow suit to get interchangeable lenses. Good. Now, phone is a different medium of its own. You can't make a movie with a phone, like, for cinema. If you're shooting with your phone, it's not for cinema, it's for social media. And that is a medium of its own that I cannot disrespect. It's its own thing. There are some people, shout out to Raf, There's some people, they use their phones to shoot ads and stuff like that directly for social media. You know what I mean? And it's cool. You know, it's an art of its own. It's something I cannot disrespect because the art, the science part is always evolving. And it's always, you know, branching out into different mediums.
Yeah.
You know, what other mediums can I give an example for? VR is coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The metaverse is coming. People will like have their own professions and their arts over there as well. People will be doing concerts over there as well.
Yeah.
You know, making movies over there, their own communities. Like it's different arts using with the way science is evolving.
Yeah.
And of course, AI art is an art of its own, which I'm part of. And AI video, please, I beg, please don't blend it with real cinema. I beg you, let it be something of its own. Yeah.
Dope, Fred. You.
Yeah, I have a movie in mind. I was trying to do a bit of research about.
I won't do it. If you pay me, I'll do it, but I won't do it.
I think you would do this one. You are the one for it. But I think Kwame Nkrumah, we all know him from childhood. We've spoken about him, but I don't think that there's a proper, well-researched movie that's based on the complexity and extent of his life and his experience and what he means to us, what he's impacted. And I think one of the topics that you started with was about the Ghanaian identity. Now, I'm not saying that Kwame Nkrumah is our only identity or should be our identity, but I think that the story not being told, because there's some people who canonize him, there's some people who vilify him, there's some people who are indifferent, but he set the tone for the nation and how it started. And as a serious people, it befuddles me that no serious director of your ilk has sat to say, you know what, I need to capture this man's life on film. It's absolutely necessary for the maturation or the emergence of what it means to be Ghanaian, for young kids to be able to go watch and pick things from his life to say, you know what, I admire this, I admire that, but I don't like this, or I admire this, or I don't like this, to spark conversation, to spark debate. Because I'm asking this question and I'm telling you this because I feel like the national conversation has been stale for so long about what it means for leadership, for our political climate, for our social circumstances and all of that, that we need something. And usually the arts have provided that for any society. That oomph, that push, that thing that will come along that everybody has to talk about. What do you think about, if not Kwame Nkrumah, what do you think about a movie that does that for this thing of ours, this society of ours? Check, Mark. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I've been approached 3 times, I believe, to do a Kwame Nkrumah movie. Nothing came through. Now, the thing is, I can't say, usually it's the work of a producer to try and pursue these things because Kwame Nkrumah, I believe, is protected under copyright. Yeah. Even if you go shoot at the what's it called?
Mausoleum.
It's protected under copyright, so you cannot use the footage at all. You should have Princess in this podcast.
Yeah.
So Princess is a very good friend of mine. And,
shout out Princess.
Yeah, so whenever someone try to do anything, Kwame Nkrumah, I make sure I holler at Princess and all that stuff. So I think they're planning on doing something, I don't know what, but I don't know. I think if God feels I'm ready or whatever. Do I think I'm ready? I don't know. But again, nobody's ready. I done Goldcoast Lounge. I done a film, all the days, a little bit close to that time. So I was like, if I'm approached to do a Kwame Nkrumah movie, I'll take the challenge. I'll take the challenge. I'll take the responsibility, and I'll take the heavy load that comes with that, and the controversy that may come with that as well. The J.J. Rowling's conversation comes as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why did your face change?
No, it's funny to me because I knew you were getting ready to say something as soon as you said Rollins.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not even it. But that deserves a movie as well.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Maybe multiple because so many different angles. So many different angles. So especially Kwame Nkrumah, there's been so many Mandela movies, so many different angles.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it's time with the right budget, with the right people, right team involved. And if I approach the director Kwame Nkrumah movie, yes, definitely I'll do it.
But the person to see is Princess.
Yeah, I mean, she's the granddaughter, and she's one of us. Yeah. I mean, like her relatives, but she's like the one person that she can come on this podcast.
I have to speak to her. Yeah. So apart from Kwame Nkrumah and like JJ Rawlings, like, do you have any Ghanaian icons that you think they have a rich story?
I am Ambole kind of guy.
Oh, okay. Shouts.
And also Osibisa, another big one. I've been approached for the Osibisa movie, but what's up? Maybe I need to I think there's so many.
That's hard.
Yeah, Osibisa is a big one.
Yeah.
It's a forgotten one too.
Yeah.
Please give to me Asa his songs back.
Shout out.
Yeah. Even if you go as far as like even the Daddy Lumbas and
wow.
You know what I mean? So you can music icons like me as a former music video director who makes movies as well. I think I'm a right fit to make movies like that, biopics like that. Yeah.
So maybe there's my last question, and I'm sure Fred has. How do you pick your team? One guy that I know you work with a whole lot with, Ibam. Shouts to Ibam. Like, do you have a criteria? Like, how do you pick people to come on your team?
As an employer, if I were to give myself a gender, I'll call myself female, I guess. Because like I don't pick nobody; they pick me.
No, okay.
If you mention Ibam, for example, I can go back. I can show you the message he sent me. Everybody that has worked with me have approached me. They send me messages, say, "Boss, please."
Why?
Because I get those messages all the time, bro. So what's the point of me?
No, but why? Why do you think they want to work with you?
Because I had some things going on. I had some things going on, and they came through. I remember Prince Dovlo. I shot one of my first videos. The artist brought him to me, like he had this look in his eyes, this young boy, he really wanted to learn from me kind of thing. Because when I came to GH, I already had things under my belt.
Yeah.
I already had my works from Canada and stuff like that. So when an artist said, I'm working with this director, look at his work, blah, blah, blah. So everybody so people on my team, everybody, all of them approached me. You know what I mean? So Ibam wrote this essay. I'm like, and I responded, okay, the way you wrote it, the good English, all that stuff, very presentable, show up. And then we shot Antimata.
Oh.
Yeah, that was his first day on set.
Dope.
You know what I mean? And he said, Pascal, please, I went to a school, across something. I thought I knew something, but I don't know anything ever since I started working with you. So that was 10 years ago.
Oh, but that's dope. For him to be that.
Yeah.
That self-awareness is dope.
Ibam is clean.
That was 11 years ago. Since then, he's gone. But Ibam, of all the people that work with me, Ibam is the one that I can say like, yo, you know what? He's one of my best friends. You know what I mean? He's one of my best friends on a personal level. Yeah. Because he's stuck with me.
Yeah. And without hesitation, I think people are not saying this enough. Maybe they say a bit behind you, but I think on this podcast, we have to give you your flowers, Shai.
Yeah. Sir.
Yeah.
Dope shit.
Because your work, we can't deny it. We can't look past your work, your contribution to like Ghana. I wouldn't even say the industry. Like to Ghana, it's very, very, very thick and deep. So with that, we humbly give you your flowers, Fred.
Yes, sir. I usually have something that I want to ask at the end. So I'll make this very simple. You've achieved a lot. You've worked quite a bit since you were a young teenager.
Yeah.
You see that you've immersed your life in this. Do you ever pause, give yourself time to reflect and figure out what the essence of everything that you're a part of is? Like, are you that type of person that's like, I need to figure out my purpose. I need to find out why I'm doing this. I need to...
Very good question. The thing is, like, that's what a purpose, like, we know it, especially for the past few years. But when it comes to reflection, of course, the reflection day inside, but at the same time, Charlie, like, there's so much to be done.
Yeah.
There's so much that I'm so excited to do. And, like, I'm thankful that after all this time, after 18, 19 years of directing, I'm still in love with this thing. Like it's fresh, like I just started. So I'm very, very excited. I'm very, very excited of how I can evolve with this thing. I can evolve with the country, and then the best is yet to come still.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Charlie. Dope. Gold Coast Lounge is on Netflix. You guys have to check it out. Like tonight I'm going to sit and finally.
You don't have to watch it.
No, you know what? So friends know this about me. I'm not a film kind of guy.
Okay,
it takes me. Oh no, wait. It takes me like 2 months to watch one film.
It's all good.
Yeah, because I have ADHD and everything in between. So I can't sit. Like I'm
a big film guy. I just don't have. I haven't seen anything lately that I'm excited about. I'm a big film guy.
But
don't worry, that movie's 2 hours long. Though.
Yeah,
It's a slow burn.
But I follow your work, especially your videos. Like that one, I can mention that EL video you shot at. Was it this hotel moving pic? Kalu. Crazy. Like the angles, like it's very, very crazy. For that,
I'll go check out your work.
Yeah, for that I follow. And Charlie, we thank you for coming onto the podcast.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Fred, Charlie, thick. It's been deep.
It's
been deep.
It's been a dope conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is that all? Like usually the end.
No, I mean,
long.
I've been listening a bit. I'm appreciating the fact that we have an actual human being who has, quote unquote, something to lose, but is not afraid to express themselves. And so maybe that's kind of put me in a. I don't need to speak up as much because he's very vocal and it's been dope. I've really enjoyed listening to you. That's the honest
Charlie,
opinion.
So much to say, and Charlie, truth like deep and thick. Charlie, we have our very own Pascal Aka on the podcast, the F More Let's Divide
Big up.
podcast. Charlie, big up. You have no idea how I have, Charlie, I just they listen because.
But I tell some girls that they come, she make excite rough.
Yeah.
They come.
Yeah, Charlie, you are dope. Like people talk. Like I always say. Some chick. Yeah, people talk. And Charlie, guys,
shout out Turks.
Yeah,
she knows herself.
Yeah, we thank you for checking out the podcast. Yeah, we thank you for the follow. Like check out Pascal Aka's work. I was on your
DB?
Yeah, I maybe some weeks ago, and Charlie, it's thick and rich. You just Google Pascal Aka and you see, so many.
I know he was tempted to say I'm LD.
No, I am. Charlie, guys, another episode, the F More Let's Divide podcast. Fred,
yes, sir.
We are through.
Booyaka! This is dope, man.
Charlie, view.
Yeah, this is dope. Yeah.
Very quick.